Life is very troublesome. It is true. You cannot become very religious people. If you try to be very religious, your life becomes nuisance to others. Yes, your family people, your members, your friends cannot appreciate because you are too religious. Therefore, I don't advise anybody to be too religious. Become nuisance to others. Go step by step, developing without allowing others to create misunderstanding or become nuisance. Don't allow your way of life to become nuisance to others. You want to show you are too religious. The example, in your family, you eat anything, whatever you like. Suddenly you change your mind, you say, I'm vegetarian. Don't cook anything here, no fish, no meat, no egg, nothing. You become nuisance to all the others in your family. That is why I say, if you want to go to that extreme, then renounce. After that, no problem. Without creating disturbance to others. Lead a normal way of life. Again, the Buddha introduced this way of life, practical way. For lay people, householders, worldly people, one method. For the monks and nuns, another method. So you should not try to follow the monk's way of life. I advise monks also not to follow your way of life. Wrong method. Today they have mixed up all these things. By knowing the difficulties that you had to face, your duties, your commitments, your responsibilities, your obligations, so many things. You had to concentrate, you had to work, you had to earn, you had to accumulate, you had to support, how many things. And we have got time for you to meditate. You had to think about your children, your wife, your husband, your property, your business. But there are certain things that you can do as worldly people. Here the Buddha says, you can maintain 4 kinds of happiness. Atti sukha, bhoga sukha, anana sukha, anavajya sukha. 4 kinds of happiness. If you come to know that you have something, either bank account, or a house, or a piece of land, or a business, or some jewelries, you gain some sort of happiness. The Buddha said that is important for you. He never said you must throw away all those things and go back to jungle. Because it is not practical. Atti sukha, bhoga sukha. By spending what you have earned, don't be stingy. Some people work and earn, never eat even good food. And never buy good clothing also. Buddha says, enjoy your life. You can have nice food, good dress, nice house and television and no harm at all. But you must enjoy respectable way. Without harming, bluffing, swindling, cheating others. You can enjoy your life. Buddhism never say, you should not laugh, you should not joke, you should not enjoy your life. No. You can have a nice life, peaceful life, enjoyable life, but respectable way. Bhoga sukha. Anana sukha. By knowing your income, you had to adjust your budget, not to borrow from others. You had to surrender your dignity and under obligation. Sometimes you go and hide or run away from the country after borrowing from others. Don't make the habit to borrow from others. Maintain that happiness to think, I am not indebted to anybody. Independent. That happiness is very important for human dignity. The Buddha said this. Last one is more important. Anavajya sukha. When you think that you have not done any harm to anybody, you have no guilty feeling in your mind, I have done this and this and this and that, all the dirty things. That happiness is the most important, remarkable happiness in our life. Why? All the other three happiness disappear before our death, cannot carry. But the last happiness that we maintain in our mind, free mind, that happiness supports us to have better rebirth. Because we die, we depart from this world without having any guilty concern, guilty feeling in our mind. This is the way how we had to adjust our way of life if you want to lead the worldly life. But by realizing the difficulties, problems and commitment, some people renounce. It is up to them. Then they can have a very peaceful life and no jealousy, no anger, no grudge, and very peaceful life they can lead after that renunciation. Renunciation does not mean simply by shaving it and using the clothing into this. That is not the renunciation. This is external object, manifestation. Renunciation takes place in the mind. That means reduce attachment, reduce craving, reduce crazy attitude towards so many things. That is called renunciation. When you reduce all those things, naturally your way of life also going on changing without your knowledge. That is the real. As householders, you can practice this renunciation according to your age, your maturity, your understanding. You can practice by reducing and reducing. In the end, have free mind. Depart from this world with free mind, with hopes and confidence. Many people die with confusion, with worry, with fear, with uncertainty, because they do not know how to adjust. Here the Buddha has shown the path for worldly people to adjust their life. In the end, one day they can depart from this world without fear and worry and disturbances. So when we train that mind, we experience all these good results. Then the last item is panya, wisdom. Wisdom is not knowledge. Knowledge means that we gathered after listening and reading and observing all the worldly thing, but there is no wisdom. Wisdom appears in the mind when mental hindrances, obstructions, mental pollution, mental impurities are not active in the mind. Otherwise, it remains as knowledge. There are many learned people all over the world, wonderful knowledge. They know everything under the sun and the moon. They are learned people. They have wonderful knowledge, but they haven't got wisdom. Wisdom never appeared. There is one particular characteristic of the Buddha amongst 9 virtues. Vijja charana sampanno. Vijja and charana. These both we can find in the Buddha, but not in many others. Knowledge or wisdom and character. Many people are very intelligent, but their character is horrible. Either hot-tempered, egoistic, emotional, jealous, greedy, temperamental, wonderful knowledge. Some others are very kind, very peaceful, patient, tolerance, all the good qualities are there. But their wisdom is very poor. They are called kind-hearted fools. Remember this. If you develop your kind heart without knowledge and without understanding, you get into trouble. People take the advantage. If you develop your generosity without your knowledge and wisdom and understanding, you get into trouble. People take the advantage. These two must go together. So in the Buddha, we can find the wisdom and the conduct, both. When the Buddha's dead body was carrying away for the cremation, people assembled, although not Buddhists, at that time there were very few Buddhists, but with one voice, all of them said, "This is the body of a man who never uttered a lie." That reputation was there even among the non-Buddhists. So, wisdom means that knowledge we use by cultivating, developing, purifying our mind. Then we gain wisdom. So this knowledge, there are 3 methods. Suttamaya, Chintamaya, Bhavanamaya. 3 methods to gain this. Suttamaya means listening. Those days, they never used reading because no books to read. They learn everything by listening. Therefore they say Suttamaya. Bahusruta. Very learned person is called Bahusruta. One who heard more. Bahusruta. That means learned. But never say, today say well-read man. Same meaning because we have books today. By listening, we gain knowledge. That knowledge is not very clear because you mix up with your understanding capacity. Even then you get some sort of knowledge and wisdom. Next one is Chintamaya. Chinta means thinking. You think unbiasedly, investigate, think deeply, try to find the answer, investigate, then you get knowledge of the answer. That is also not 100% correct. Then the last method is Bhavaname Panya. Through this bhavana, meditation, by reducing evil forces from the mind, by cultivating our mind, By purifying our mind, we gain wisdom, turn into enlightenment. Why it is called enlightenment? When this hall is dark, if you enter into this, there are so many things, but you cannot understand what they are. Just touch and create your own imagination. Our mind at this moment exactly like that, because we have no enlightenment. But when you enter into this building, when the whole building is lighted, illuminated, then we can see what are the things and who are the people. Brightness is there. So when the dark cloud removed from the mind, brightness appears. That brightness is enlightenment. Real wisdom is there. A man has written a book, Learned Ignorance, the title of the book. Learned Ignorance. He says, the more we learn, the more we enlarge our ignorance. He is right. Because to learn anything, we cannot get anything from outside. Not necessary. We bring rubbish from outside to disturb the mind. We had to learn how to open the mind. When we open the mind, the development of this mind create knowledge, wisdom, understanding, purity, not from outside. Insight. The mind itself. So when we try to meditate or do bhavana, we learn that closed mind, slowly we open that mind. Then the brightness appears, understanding appears, knowledge appears, then the willpower, courage, all the good qualities appear. We cannot bring them from outside. We cannot bring them from heaven nor from any other part of the world. All we have to develop in our mind. These are the three human principles, my dear friends. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. I explain these things without using many textual or explanations of book knowledge, by using some simple example and certain words that you can understand things. But further details, textually we can give. For hours we can talk according to the books. So I hope 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Start at 7:30, exactly 9:30. I think organizers, I don't know whether they blame me, they asked me to stop at 9. Never mind, we have not wasted our time. I believe that you gain, you are benefited. You can continue, you can discuss with others, you can clarify, then you can extend, expand, get further clarification. So, thank you for your indulgence. May the blessings of the Buddha and the Dhamma and the Sangha be upon you for your good health, long life, peace and happiness. Thank you very much.